Here's what I learned from last week's Shakedown. You guys want to have a debate, but let's make the topic racing. Like, who are the most influential drivers in racing? Who made or makes the biggest difference in how you think about the sport? Who changed the game? And by the end of today's Shakedown, we'll have a top 5 list. Let me start you off with the first guy, by way of a movie trailer of a new documentary about him that just popped onto the internet. From Working Title Films, the group that gave us good flicks like Smokin' Aces, Hot, Frost Nixon, Intense, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, love it, The Big Lebowski, The Dude Abides. This racer makes the list because he changed how drivers drive. Aggression became okay, the car became a weapon, and once he came on the scene, all the kids adopted his style. The rough stuff. Nobody could do his finesse thing. So JF, roll tape and let's get this fair and balanced debate started. You know, I just can't help myself, can I?
To dance a dance with that car beyond its design capability.
Probably thinks that he can't kill himself.
It becomes absolutely impossible to work with Ayrton, and
we are competing to win. And if you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver.
Trying to go through on the inside.
The driver that got me fascinated with racing was Jimmy Clark. Always smooth, in control, up front, and winning. But he's not on the list of 5. The guys I'm picking did more than just excel at racing, they changed the game. They're not in any order, that's for you to do. Rank them or replace them. So here we go. Okay, Senna's on the list for the reasons I described. Vettel is not on the list because at Spa, he proved that he still can't control his aggression. When he hits someone, it's for no purpose except to ruin his championship chances and to get him nominated for the Shakedown Dead to Me list. Which is a side question, viewers. Should Vettel be added to DTM? He is approaching Ken Block levels of carnage, you know. Let me know. Back to the top 5 list. How about Roger Penske? He started as a driver, and as a driver, he started to change the game. Google up the Xerox Special, his rebodied F1 car. Built to run as a sports car, it's how Roger created his first unfair advantage and his leadership in sponsorships. It was Roger that forged manufacturer partnerships as well. Think of Chevy Camaro, the AMC Javelins and Matadors, the turbo Porsches, Mercedes, the stock block IndyCar engine that trounced the field. Roger was also a successful race promoter, which leads me to these side notes. In ALMS, the 2011 schedule had a TBD and a TBA on its list. The Baltimore race around the harbor with IndyCars is the TBA. The TBD was to be Oklahoma City, but that city voted against the $6.9 million needed. I wonder if they saw the list of no less than 28 North American cities that once had and then stopped races. And speaking of races, Tanner Faust dominated the first ever U.S. Rallycross event. Held at New Jersey Motorsport Park, this is the first of 3 U.S. events. Oh, and Austin unveiled their track. 133-foot elevation changes, 200-mile-an-hour trap speeds, and no less than 3 passing zones. But back to the list. Dan Gurney's next. Global respect as a sports car and open-wheel racer, but he became the first NASCAR road racing specialist. Next, he built his own winning cars. Plus, Gurney also had vision. He wrote a famous white paper that defined what Indy racing needs to be. To this day, Google for that read. He was a founder of the Long Beach GP, the most successful U.S. street race. And his Toyota race cars, game changers. Dale Earnhardt Sr. is the next nominee because in America, he was the guy that made the driver the star versus car or brand. Hell, he made NASCAR success. And with his loss, that was step 1 to its current NASCAR malaise. The final most influential driver on my list, Pete Aaron. Because he got Japan and Yamura its first world championship? No. It's that the Jim Garner character from the movie Grand Prix influenced at least one whole generation about racing. How this movie showed Pete's driving, the point of view shots, how it showed race car drivers was game changing. Plus, Grand Prix influenced Garner to enter real racing as AIR team owner, which begat us good racing celebs like McQueen and Newman, and bad ones like Jason Priestley, Tom Cruise, Frankie Muniz, Patrick Dempsey, and a list of celebrity wankers too long to mention because I'll only get depressed. And Stallone is Joe Tanto. So that's my list. Senna, Penske, Dale Sr., Dan Gurney, and movie character Pete Aaron. Now I know it's US top heavy, but that was not the agenda. Guys like Rossi came close, Fangio's fame was strongly considered, Jackie Stewart, a huge voice in the racing safety push. Schumacher, if he didn't unretire or get outdriven and passed by Rosberg at the end of Spa. You did see that, right? So now it's your turn. Most influential drivers, not most wins, racers that made a game-changing difference. Rank my nominees or make your own case for your choices. There are a lot more out there that I didn't mention. So thanks in advance for the comments. You know what? And thanks for sticking around. The 5 drivers with the most damaging influence on racing? Milka Duno for obvious reasons. Emerson Fittipaldi for his Matt Farah sideburns. AJ Foyt for acting like an ass every chance he got. Darrell Waltrip for his announcing on Fox. And every gentleman driver that screws up a real race.